All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Today is December 7th, 2020. It is 1:02 p.m. and we will go ahead and get started. This is a regular meeting of the Lake County Board of County Commissioners. Today, so let's see here today. Let me copy and put our agenda in the chat for us. Okay, so today for our, my apologies, everyone. Here's a copy of our agenda for today. We have Colleen Nilsson with us this afternoon. She has a meeting today at 1:15 with the state. She was going to give us an update during the public comment section of our agenda. Can I get an approval of the agenda? We have the RFQs for the engineering services for the airport for the next 5 years. Annual update for Continental Divide Cabins, LLC, Platte River Networks Incorporated revised contract. Is there anything else?
Commissioner, yeah, I wonder if we can, a couple of comments that we've gotten on the website, I wonder if we can just add a discussion item to have with Patty as the clerk regarding postings and transition into 2021. And then I also wondered, the Unmet Needs Committee and BAG had asked us to write another letter of support to Mountain Valley Estates. And I'm wondering if we might add that, if the board would want to add that as well, since it's not, getting consensus on support isn't any kind of financial or contractual change for us.
Sure, so I can add the letter for Mountain Valley as number 4 on the agenda. Okay. And then number 5, we can just have a discussion on coordination of posting on the website.
Cool, great.
All right, do I have a motion to approve that agenda?
So moved.
All right.
With second. Additions. Okay.
Commissioner Glenn, do you have any further discussion?
I do not.
All right, seeing none, all those in favor? Aye.
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 All right. Okay, so I'm going to allow Colleen to give us our update now, and then we will move down the agenda because she has to go to meet with CDPHE. So we'll have Colleen give us an update, then we'll move into community informational items, then commissioner clarifications, and then public comments on items that are not on the agenda. So Colleen, it's all yours if you'd like to take over from here and give us an update.
Yes, thank you so much, Kayla. So as you know, we continue to see cases every day. Most days in the last 2 weeks have been in the double digits, which puts us at about just over 80 cases for the last 2 weeks. And so that continues to put us in what is considered on the dial the red category. We moved into the orange on November 20th. And we had a conversation this morning, Kayla and I, with the liaison for the state. So not necessarily liaison for CDPHE, just kind of seeing where we're at Lake County. We continue to express the fact that we continue to see spread in family groups and social gatherings. Obviously, Thanksgiving occurred in this time frame. And so we did see an increase in cases as well as the availability of rapid tests, which I think has brought more people in a positive way to get tested, and then obviously getting more positives that way so that we in turn can get to these folks a couple of days before a traditional PCR test, which takes about 48 hours plus to get results back. They did change the quarantine requirements. We work with each case to determine what is best. 14 days is still the gold standard. There's opportunity to go to 10 days of quarantine if you have no symptoms. There's an opportunity to be in quarantine for 7 days if you have no symptoms and you have a confirmation negative test on day 7, if not 48 hours before. So that is kind of where we're at. Kayla, I know that we discussed just talking about that, of course, because we have been in that on the dial in those red metrics, if you will, for, over the last 4 weeks, that there was a question about whether or not we want to voluntarily move into red. There is some funding on the new Senate bill that is tied to that date, if you will. And so we are still looking at what's called the 5-star program. And I should say we being the state is looking at it, because currently Mesa County is in red, but operating businesses are physically open under this program. The CDPHE is evaluating it to see if that truly is effective. And so it's still out in the sense of if we moved into red, if we have the ability to operate in orange. And so that is what that meeting is about at 1:15. It's a meeting across the state about that 5-star program and what they're thinking. The other piece that we're gearing up for is vaccinations. Folks have probably heard that there is vaccinations that might be available by the end of this month. The reality is that that will really only be first responders. The general public, a vaccine until late spring, early summer, just because of the different priorities that the state and as well as the federal government has set forth. So first responders first, frontline workers, police, fire, sheriff, those kinds of things, and in limited doses. So it's not like, hey, there's this huge supply going out. So as it becomes more available, readily available, because currently it's not approved by FDA, still have to wait for that. That's what's currently happening. And we'll keep the public informed. And that's what I've got.
Thanks, Colleen. Commissioner Mudge and Commissioner Glenn, just for your information, we will need to make a determination if we want to move to the red voluntarily. We will need to move to the red voluntarily by Thursday if we want to have our business community have an opportunity to take part in the funding in from Senate Bill 1. So that has to be done by Tuesday for them to qualify. If we're not in the red by Tuesday, they won't qualify for that funding in January. And so perhaps we can schedule a meeting for tomorrow afternoon to have a discussion and make a determination about that. So basically you have to close your business to get grant funding to keep it open, if that makes sense. Right, Colleen?
Yeah. That's what I understand too.
Front doors, but have the ability to do like pick up and take out and all that carry out. For restaurants, specifically retail business, can do curbside. So it's not a full, shutdown of businesses. It's more restrictive in how they can operate. So no in-person, essentially. That includes places of worship and things like that as well. And so the other caveat was the fact that, if our numbers don't improve, we more than likely will be moved into the red, if not voluntarily by the 10th, probably post, pre or post Christmas, looking at.
I'm sorry, Colleen, I think you broke up, and I apologize if somebody could let me know if that's on my end or not. So I'm not.
I think it's on Colleen's end. She broke up too.
Okay, thanks, Commissioner Marcella. I am available and certainly happy to schedule a meeting tomorrow afternoon to discuss further. But I just want to reiterate, the discussions that we have been able to have on what the state designates us at, and then how we, continue to discuss our response to that, and then how we operate based on that. And I think it'll be really important for us to, following the, we have a town hall. Is that this week? I'm sorry, which date?
That's on the 16th. Next week.
Okay. Well, I mean, my inclination, given all the feedback that we've gotten on this thus far from businesses, is, let's not move into red if we do not have to, because that administrative process on top of the hardship of trying to operate business or shift, right? But people should and hopefully are kind of preparing for that again, or have that kind of as the backup plan, is more burdensome than kind of having us move forward through orange dial operations. But again, happy to continue that conversation, and maybe we can get the word out and have some feedback from the public with a scheduled meeting.
Yeah, do you want to, we can get something posted on the website for tomorrow at,
and the Mesa County pilot, I mean, that's basically how we have kind of been developing our approach. You know, what mitigation plans are best for Lake County? What, you know, how do the numbers and where are they coming from? Yes, hitting a threshold, but if contained within a unit or whatnot, and all, you know, difficult to monitor and keep track of. I recognize that, Colleen. But I think I don't see anything that should lead us to change the way that we are necessarily responding to what the state is designating us as. Tomorrow,
we're going to go at 2 o'clock.
Sure. Yep.
Okay.
I'm free up. Yeah, I'm free tomorrow afternoon pretty much. So can shift around anything.
Commissioner, what about you? Would 2 o'clock work, or is maybe 3 o'clock better?
Commissioner Glenn?
3 o'clock would work better for me if we can do it at 3.
Okay. I can do that. And we can post it in time.
Commissioner Glenn, are you good with that?
I guess I am.
All right. So we'll get that posted for tomorrow at 3 p.m. To talk about that, Colleen, and maybe you'll have another update after your meeting this afternoon, and then we can make that determination and contact CDPHE if that works for you.
No, that definitely works. I appreciate that. Like I said, just you know, relaying that message and and understanding some of the points that Commissioner Mudge shared. And the other piece is that I do have a call from 3 to 3:30. I can jump.
Okay.
And then pick up where you guys are at.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys so much.
Colleen, have a great day.
Thanks, Colleen.
All right, so now we will hop into community informational items. Commissioner Glenn, do you have any community informational items to share today?
No, not at this time.
Okay, Commissioner Mudge?
Yeah, I'd like to take the opportunity to kind of clarify some things on events and information that happened that came out last week on the coroner's office, and be sure to remind folks that the funeral home operations and the coroner's role as an elected official are completely separate. The coroner has spoken with me directly and assures me that the facility, he is in ownership of the facility, no longer owning the business. The business has been sold, and I'm waiting for a response from the new owner to get information that we might be able to share with the community as to when we could expect our local funeral home downtown to be in operation. But as far as I understand, the funeral home, I think in Silverthorne or the other 4 out of the 6 previously in operation by Shannon-Kent are already licensed with DORA and continue to be in operation. So I wanted to be sure that that was communicated to folks, and there should be no barriers to the coroner doing his performing his role and responsibility, responding or transport of bodies should that be needed. I also wanted to bring to everyone's attention, as pool users might be aware and know, I did go down to our aquatic center this morning, and was able to see unfortunately, the developing failure in the liner of the pool, and resulting in a couple of lane closures by the rec department for safety and whatnot. It's pretty striking. The failure of the liner is, splitting apart, and so fortunately, we've kind of had these conversations over the last number of years. The rec director certainly has brought this up over the last several years, but in terms of looking holistically at county facilities, recreation facilities, open space and recreation management, forest health, certainly incorporating fuel mitigation with wildfire dangers that we are seeing across the state and the nation. Our intent is to work towards building and proposing a community outreach and education plan and period of time to really educate and to get feedback from the public on what our priorities as a community are regarding all of those items. So the pool is still in operation currently, and we will be working on, getting a plan to kind of get that public outreach and education process started, and we shall see how long, we can maintain operation down at the aquatic center. That's all.
Wonderful. Thank you, Commissioner Mudge. The only additional information that I have today is just to reiterate again the rapid testing that is now available at Rocky Mountain Family Practice and at St. Vincent Hospital. If you feel like you have symptoms or have been exposed and are asymptomatic, please take advantage of those. There's also testing available that we've worked with Summit County commissioners to make sure is available to our commuting population. So if you are a commuter going to Summit County, you are welcome to take part in their free drive-through testing. There are several locations in Summit County that testing is available. You can go to www.summitcounty.gov, summitcountyco.gov, and they have a COVID information site banner on their website that will tell you the sites, the testing locations, and please use that if you are commuting. That information will be valuable if you feel like you've been exposed or need a test. So that work has been going on. We're continuing to work with CCI to work in better partnership with the state through the dial metrics. And then just an update on our facilities. Our county courthouse facility will remain closed while we are in the orange phase, and open through appointment only. So please contact the office in which you choose to do business, and they will set up an appointment with you to let you in. Almost all of the services that we offer are available online. You can renew your license plates online. You can renew your license plates over the phone. You can work with the building department over the phone. Soon, you'll be able to use an online portal with our new software. So please take advantage of those services. If you have questions, our phone numbers are posted on the courthouse facilities. Please call us and we will connect you to whichever department you might need to get to. Or if you feel like you need resources as a business entity, please contact one of us or Marla Ackridge with the EDC, and we will be able to assist you in whatever capacity you need. So that's all I've got for today. Commissioner clarifications. Commissioner Glenn, do you have any commissioner clarifications at this point?
No, I don't.
All right, Commissioner Mudge?
I don't have anything further, thanks.
All right, I don't have anything myself. Okay, and so with that, we will move forward. At this point, we will do public comments on items that are not listed on our agenda. If there is anyone here that would like to make a public comment, please raise your hand and we will call on you. At that time, you will have 3 minutes to make your public comment. All right, I don't see anyone here that has public comment. Okay, so with that, we will move into new business. Number 1 is the RFQs for engineering services for the airport for the next 5 years. Michael Irwin, I'm going to let you talk us through this agenda item, and I believe that Crystal Hewlett has the RFQs, and she will assist us in opening those when you are ready.
Okay, yeah, I'm here. So basically we have to do this every 5 years. Actually, this one went a few extra years because of the runway rehab that we just finished. So I think we're like 2 years over the 5-year period, but we already had them, the last engineer on record and doing the rehab, so they just remained. So now we're having to look for a new one or continuing with the old one. I understand we got 4 people that responded to the RFQ, or 4 companies. And those are, and I had them, Kinley Horn's one of them, Garver's another one. Garver's out of Denver, Dibble, there we go, and Kinley Horn. Oh, and Armstrong Consultants. Armstrong Consultants actually did our last my mind went blank. Our master plan for the airport. So they've worked for us before also. Dibble and Garver are new. I don't know them too well. I've heard of them before, just with the Florida Airport Operators Association. And Kinley Horn is the current one that we have right now. So Crystal, if you've got any more information on those, that's where we're at.
I don't. Patty did deliver them to me. I haven't done anything with them. I was waiting for the meeting, but I do have the 4 that you mentioned. In front of me, 2 of them come via email, one from Kinley Horn and Dibble Corp. And then I have the packages received from Garver and Armstrong. So I haven't looked at anything. Let's see if I can open this.
So the process from here on out is tomorrow we have an airport board meeting. That's one of the reasons that we requested that these were delivered today, so they could go to the airport board so that we can set up a panel of people to go through them, make comments on them, grade them with the rubrics, and move forward. If we have a tie or something between 2 of them, when we're looking at them, or we really like 2 of them, we could possibly bring them in for an interview and they could do a presentation for us, you know, to see, maybe change our minds on somebody. But that's what we did with the last one when we picked Armstrong for the master plan. I think we did 2 or 3 interviews with different companies, and Armstrong was picked over the other ones. So it's a good way to do it. It worked really well.
Okay. So the next step will be for these to be taken to the airport board meeting tomorrow, and then they will make a recommendation to the Board of Commissioners at our next meeting. Is that right? Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah, if we get a chance to go through them, they'll help set up a panel tomorrow, hopefully,
okay,
to get these gone through and you know, worked out. And if we come up with one that we like more than any of the other ones or whatever, then we'll bring it back to the commissioners for the decision.
Okay, sounds good.
Crystal,
go ahead, Michael.
There is no upfront money on these. It's just a contract for them to supply their services, and they get paid when they supply their services. So, and it's a negotiated fee all the time. So.
Okay. So Crystal, go ahead, Sarah.
I apologize, Commissioner Marcella. I just wanted to clarify, a negotiated fee for the length of this contract, Michael, or per project?
Per project. So every project that we have them do, they will negotiate their fee, or it'll be a portion of, you know, the total project. And so it will be agreed on every time.
Thanks.
Crystal, if you could scan and email those, that would be wonderful. If you have an opportunity to do that, or if Amit could do that for us, that'd be great.
I do an electronic form that Patty did email me as well. So the other two, they sent over it looks like 3 or 4 binders. So I can just pull those apart and scan those. I can scan them to Michael and copy the board, or however you see fit.
Okay.
That'd be great, Crystal, and Michael can forward that to the airport board.
Yeah, that'll
as
work.
well. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's all we need to do for that one, correct, Michael?
Yeah, for right now, that's all we have to do with it.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so with that, we will move on to agenda item number 2, which is the annual update for the Continental Divide Cabins LLC. Patty forwarded this to us. Do you have a copy that you can pull up on your computer and share your screen, Commissioner Mudge? All right. So this is from the Continental Divide Cabins LLC. This is an annual update that needs to be provided from the cabins. The cabins, I believe, are on a conditional use permit. So this, do you want me to read this into the record, Commissioner Mudge and Glenn?
Sure.
All right, I sure can do that.
Unless you want me to.
Oh, I can, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see it. Dear Commissioners, this letter is to serve as my annual update for Continental Divide Cabins LLC, located at 26467 Highway 24, cabin number 1 and number 2, Bloodville, Colorado 80461. The cabins are located on the Point Breeze Road, R mining claim number 15286, section 15, township 8, range 80. Cabin number 1, the Continental Divide cabin, was constructed during the summer of 2007. The certificate of occupancy, permit number BP 2007-37, was issued on November 8th, 2007. Cabin number 2, the Point Breeze cabin, was constructed during the summer of 2011. A certificate of occupancy, permit number BP 2011-23, was issued on October 7th, 2012. 2020 has been a unique challenge with the pandemic. However, with the support and approval of Lake County Health, we provided a safe operating plan. We implemented an operating plan that protects the guest's health and provides them with a positive and safe experience while enjoying the outdoors. I continue to contract with the 10th Mountain Division Hut Association to take reservations, collect nightly rental, have waivers and releases signed, and provide use instructions. The 10th has modified their webpage, www.huts.org, to emphasize COVID-19 policy and protocol. Maintenance of the cabins is the responsibility of the Continental Divide Cabins, LLC, 100% owned by C. Lee Rimmel. I personally and an employee regularly visit the cabins to inspect, clean, replenish supplies, and perform any needed maintenance. We continue to experience positive and safe use for our 2 cabins. Access to the cabins continues to be primarily from the Tennessee Pass Trailhead parking lot. However, some guests choose to park in the 10th Mountain Division Hut Association parking area located across Highway 24 in the Ski Cooper parking lot. In addition, a few park in the Crane Park lot on Webster Gravel Pit Road and take the trail from this location. Some users stay and continue on to the other 10th Mountain Division huts, including Vance's, Sangre, Frolicker, and the 10th Mountain Division Memorial Hut. The parking is more than sufficient, with hut users choosing from 3 parking areas available. I maintain and snowplow the Tennessee Pass Trailhead parking lot with permission from CDOT, their right-of-way, and the White River National Forest. The cabins are in Lake County, surrounded by the San Isabel National Forest on the south side and White River National Forest on the north. The separating landmark is the Continental Divide. User response, as indicated by the logbook, the guests write-in, and from personal interviews by me, continues to be extremely positive. Users continue to span all ages, infants to seniors 80+ years old. We continue to attract first-time hut users, people who join more experienced hut users for their first winter backcountry experience. There were many parents who find this cabin's closeness to the trailhead an opportunity to bring their young children and the grandparents. The systems function exceptionally well, including the solar 12-volt DC lighting systems, wood burning stoves, inside gas burners, outside barbecues, and the vault toilets, which are pumped annually. And sincerely, C. Lee Rimmel. So that is the update on these cabins that seem to be integrated into the 10th Mountain Division hut system. Patty, do you have anything to add to this update?
I do not.
All right. Commissioner Glenn, do you have any questions or comments on the update?
No, I don't.
Okay, Commissioner Mudge?
No, I don't. Other than it's good that they're able to operate and responding to COVID, and you know, as we've seen, it seems to be I'll be curious to see what the oh my gosh, traffic to the huts through the winter will look like. I hope that they remain a good access point for folks to get outdoors, as he's stated. So good to hear.
All right. Sounds good. So with that, we will move on to agenda item number 3, which is Platte River Networks revised contract. And I'm going to hand this over to Commissioner Mudge, who has been working with Platte River on the contract, and let her walk us through that.
Yeah, thank you. So the contract that I'd sent to the board is a revised contract, basically developed and evolved from our initial engagement with them in the fall of last year. We continue to work through some of those projects that had been anticipated to be completed in a matter of 3 or 4 months, but because of other complications, we are really just able to be wrapping up now and or approaching with different information that we currently have. But PRN and Amit, our IT staff, and the Sheriff's Office IT CTI continue to work well together. And so I'm very happy to present the contract with more than a cost savings of more than 50%. So I hope that the board is pleased with that. That will be effective this month. And we have already, we have plans to meet this week on the PRN team will meet with Amit monthly and with the board, I believe, at least on a quarterly basis to give us updates. The contract amount is for $5,575 a month moving into this new contract. Happy to answer any questions.
All right, I don't think that I have any questions at this point. Commissioner Glenn, do you have any questions?
No.
All right. Seeing none, I will entertain a motion.
Well, I move to accept the revised contract from Platte River Networks in the amount of $5,575 a month into a 12-month contract.
All right, second, Commissioner Glenn, do you have any further discussion on the topic?
No, I don't.
All right, Commissioner Mudge.
No, other than, of course, we did have this reviewed by legal, and some of the minor changes were adopted by Platte River Networks, or PRN. There is, as in most of, well, all of our contracts, there is a termination agreement as well. So should something arise where we see our services or different services needed for the county, we can give notice to PRN and make that shift if needed.
All right, thank you very much. All right, I have no further discussion at this point. Seeing no further discussion, all those in favor? Aye.
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 All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, sure. The fourth item that we have on the agenda, I'm sorry, I did not write this down.
Well, that's okay. We wanted to discuss website and virtual postings, and also the Mountain Valley Estates letter of support regarding the board sending acknowledgement and a request letter to Mountain Valley Estates management and owners. Okay.
That's right. I have
I remember which order you said. But.
Mountain Valley was first. So Build a Generation and the Unmet Needs Committee has reached out to us to write a letter of support to Mountain Valley Estates, encouraging them not to increase their rental rates at this point because we're still in the pandemic and we are still assisting tenants through the Unmet Needs Committee. And so asking for them to continue to support that work and not increase the rent right now at this point. We've written a couple other letters of support and in asking for other landlords to push any kind of rental increases through the pandemic, not to interfere with the work of the Unmet Needs Committee. Commissioner Mudge, if you could maybe read that letter. That one's a little small.
Sorry. I was trying to make it bigger, but I'm not sure I can if I'm actively sharing it. But anyway, I do have just a couple questions, and I only highlighted one, or maybe that's my only question, but I'll read the letter and then any other, we can have any other discussion, of course. So regarding Mountain Valley Estates request, dear Alan Yedgari, the Lake County Board of Commissioners have received word that the Mountain Valley Estates intends to raise the space rent for select homes in February 2021. We were surprised to learn of this rent increase in the midst of a pandemic that has had significant economic impact on our Lake County community, including residents in Mountain Valley Estates. As you are aware, many people in Lake County have lost their jobs since March and have been unable to find stable replacement employment due to the COVID-19 pandemic and its economic fallout. In light of this crisis, local organizations, government, and individuals have come together over the past 9 months to raise funds and create a process through which families and individuals can apply for financial assistance to help pay for rent and utilities during this time. Since March, the Lake County community has collectively raised and distributed over $450,000 to families and individuals in need. Your company alone has received more than $18,000 from these efforts, with more bills currently being processed. As a small but incredibly resilient community who comes together in the face of adversity, it is disheartening and shocking to see a large corporation make plans to increase rent at a time when many residents are struggling or unable to make their current rent payments. Lake County and the city of Leadville have allocated more than $100,000 of our CARES Act funding towards continued rent payment on behalf of residents that cannot make payments due to a COVID-19 related hardship. We have 2 requests. Please consider this increase to space rent at this time. Please reconsider. Sorry. Please reconsider this increase to space rent at this time and commit to not increasing rent for the next 6 months or the duration of the economic impact of the pandemic. And 2, please continue to work with us over the next several months as we continue to refine the support that we are providing to residents and landlords by continuing to participate in our initiative to keep people housed and landlords paid. And then we have it sincerely signed by the chair of the board. So my only question on that, and I just for clarification to Noah Sosten at BAG and as a facilitator and involved in the Unmet Needs Committee, is up here where it says Mountain Valley Estates intends to raise space rent for select homes in February 2021. I just wonder if that's, I'm presuming it's across all of Mountain Valley Estates, but I have a curiosity about that and if that's an appropriate language to include here. But other than that, I would certainly be in support, as we sent this letter to Mountain View Village earlier in the pandemic, and also come to find out Mountain View Village had decided not to increase their rent until a later date, just before we had convened and made that decision to send that that support letter or the request to Mountain View Village. But other than that, I'd like to send this correspondence.
Okay. Commissioner Glenn, do you have any questions or comments on this correspondence?
No, I don't.
Okay. I don't have any questions on this correspondence and support it. The mayor and I have worked very hard with the Unmet Needs Committee and with landlords and tenants within our community. And the amount of support that we've received is very, very telling of everyone continuing efforts to keep our community together and whole as much as possible through the pandemic and the response to the pandemic. And so I'm very, very grateful for the compromise and the desire that everyone's put forward to keeping that going. So with that, I will entertain a motion in support of this letter.
I move to send the request letter to Mountain Valley Estates on behalf of the board.
All right, second. Any further discussion, Commissioner Glenn?
I have nothing.
All right, Commissioner Mudge?
I just had a thought that perhaps tomorrow when we're scheduling the 3 o'clock regarding our COVID dial designation and other things, could we also add an item to discuss the CARES allocation, as we need to kind of wrap those up pretty quickly?
Sure. We can do that tomorrow at 3, yeah.
Great. Okay.
All right.
I can reach out and clarify this language here. And I'm sure that Noah would be quick to respond. And Kayla, I can send this over to you to sign on behalf of the board, depending on the decision.
Sorry, can you say that one more time? You cut out just a little on my end.
I said I can send this over to Noah to ask him just for clarification on that first part there. But other than that, depending on the vote and the decision, I'll shoot it over to you, Kayla, as the chair.
Okay, sounds good. All right, seeing no further discussion, all those in favor? Aye.
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 All right, thank you very much. And so the last item that we have is just a quick update internally about posting information on our website. So Commissioner Mudge, if you'd like to start that conversation.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, there's been a couple of inquiries on, and with our new website, it's definitely acknowledged, and we're doing our best to push out that it's a work in progress. So I just wanted to take the opportunity as we move into 2021, and I know this will be the first of more conversations, but because we had a specific request on agenda postings and meetings and minutes. Patty, I wonder if we can, what your thoughts have been or what your plan might be to get agendas and planners and minutes posted on the website, unless they currently are already. And I need to push that out specifically where they're located.
I don't know. I don't post them on the website. I don't post them on Facebook. I post them on the front window of the courthouse, and then I send them to my email distribution list.
Okay. Can we work with Amit to post them on the website? Might you designate
He
someone?
wanted to. He approached me about it, but it was right during the election. I did not have time to sit down and learn how to do that. So that's on my radar to do, but it has not been a top priority right now.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be great. And I know Amit's, I definitely asked Amit about that, and I signed up for notifications. So that's another thing to kind of be sure to push out and promote to the public. Sorry, I can stop sharing my screen here. The notifications by department that you are able to receive with any updated information posted on that particular topic or item in the department site. So Patty, it'd be great if we could, how can we work together to get that set up, or are you arranging with Amit to?
I think I should get with Amit so that we can get that, because he's talked to me about that before.
Okay.
We just need to have that cooperate with each other.
Perfect.
Go ahead, Amit.
Hi guys, I just wanted to mention these meeting agendas and weekly planners as they get sent out by Patty on Friday. I upload them on Monday. This has been happening since the website has been live, and you can find all of our weekly meetings and our weekly agendas posted on the County Commissioners page. And on the right side, there is a section for agenda and a section for minutes, and they are populated and have been for a while.
Oh, thank you so much, Amit. I so appreciate that.
Thanks, Amit.
Also, these public meetings have been consistently being uploaded to our YouTube page, and both our website and our YouTube page are, you can sign up so that whenever anything new happens within those pages, you'll get a notification on that. So if you do want to get notified on any agendas or minutes, just click on the Notify Me icon on our homepage and then select which notifications you want to receive. And as for our YouTube page, just go to our YouTube channel and subscribe.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. And thank you, Patty, for connecting with Amit to get that information over to him. I'm sure you guys will get that figured out internally. And if you need any assistance, just let us know.
Will do. Thank you.
Thanks. All right. Sarah or Commissioner Glenn, do you have anything else to add to that conversation before we move on to reports, minutes, bills, and payroll?
I just wonder, again, moving into the new board in the new year, maybe, and the virtual world and the pandemic world we're in, perhaps we want to acknowledge and pass a resolution outlining, our intent to operate virtually, or the alternatives of how we will need to operate depending on the pandemic. That might be good to outline. So. maybe Patty and Amit can include that in their conversations, and we can look to entertain something like that in January or February. Please. Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you. All right. So we have the Veteran Service Officers Report for November 2020, bills and payroll for pay period ending November 20th, 2020, and bills and payroll for pay period ending December 4th, 2020. So I will entertain a motion for those?
I'll move to approve Veteran Services Office's report for November 2020, bills and payroll for pay period ending November 20th, 2020, and bills and payroll for pay period ending December 4th, 2020.
All right, second. Commissioner Glenn, do you have any further discussion?
I do not.
Commissioner Munch?
No, thank you.
All right, seeing no further discussion, all those in favor? Aye.
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 All right. Let's see here. And that brings us to the end of our agenda for today. We will see you all tomorrow at 3 p.m. Thank you for joining us today, and we will adjourn at 1:52.
Thanks so much.